Leave it.
Okay, so one of the first
Leave
things
it.
I introduced Rosie to is a leave it. I think this is the first or second time she's even done this exercise in this video. Basically, when she came in, she was pretty food aggressive toward the other dogs. Even if she wasn't getting the food, she just saw that there was food around in the area. She would aggress toward the other dogs. So the first thing I wanted to teach her was to leave food, that it wasn't always hers. And you can see here we're doing some work on the place, and I'm actually making her leave food also on the floor while she's doing this place exercise. It's her first week. We mostly do everything through food. We have to use some corrections for bad behaviors, but not too many tools in the first week, just a slip leash. And if we have a food motivated dog, just teaching everything through motivation and food rewards.
Good. Great. Good job.
Okay, here you can see me using a little bit of leash pressure for the down.
Rosie, down.
She has learned this just with food already a few days before, but we are going to want to transfer this work onto a prong and e-collar. So I just give her a little nudge with the slip leash in a downward motion so she can start to get the idea of what that's going to feel like when we introduce other tools.
Good job. Good girl. Rosie? Place. Good. Free. Nice.
Okay, right here we see Rosie says, yeah, I don't really want to go on to place. So I leave the light leash pressure on until she says, oh, I guess I have to. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. It's really important at some point in time to make things mandatory for the dogs and say, hey, this is going to be fun, but there are certain things you don't have a choice in now that you understand these commands.
Great.
So that's what you see there. And here we have another leave it, where she makes a really good choice to actually physically leave the food. I'm just using some spatial pressure here just by being near her, and she's saying, hey, I think I'm going to move over here. That seems like a better choice, and I'm going to get a reward. I have more of a chance to get rewarded over here. So that's really nice. Okay, Rosie is really barrier aggressive in the crate. So that's something we have to fix. We have to use corrections. We can't let this go on for weeks on end. And I'm using canned air to correct it. I'm marking the aggression with the word no. I'm pausing, and then I'm correcting with canned air.
Lucy, come here. No.
The most important part of all of this work is to mark with the word no, then pause, and then give your correction. This way, the word no carries the weight of that correction, so that the word really means something to them. If you get that order wrong, you don't have the word properly charged.
Shaky camera here. No.
I have never corrected her before for this behavior. You're already starting to see the strength of that behavior sort of wane. And as soon as she starts making better choices, I'm going to give her rewards.
Down. Down. Free. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Give her a whole biscuit. Yes, you got a whole one. Good girl.
And just like with corrections, with rewards, when we want a reward, we mark the moment in time with the
Good
word
girl.
good or yes or
Good
free,
job.
depending on what's happening. And then we deliver that reward.
Good. 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 Lucy, you like this job, huh? Good. Good. Good girl. All right, I think that's enough snacks.
Okay, this is the same dog, but Rosie's in a different crate to help her generalize here, and we don't see any aggression.
Good girl. Yes. Good. Good. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Much better. Good job.
Okay, this is back to the first crate, but it's a different dog and it's a different day.
Good girl. Good. 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 Rosie, place. Good. Good. Nope. Good. Free. Nice. Rosie, place. Good. Good job.
work. Rosie, place. Good. Break. Nice. Okay, here we're working on some impulse control, a little bit of place and leave it at the same time again, but with another dog actually getting the food, so she has to practice her impulse control. I throw the food as a distraction. She's rewarded for staying on the bed. This is a dog that she's never seen before, just to help further generalize that, no matter what dog it is, we have to have good manners, we have to be polite, and we have to look to our people for direction. Good. Good girl. Good job. Rosie, breathe. Good girl. Good job. Rosie, place. Good. Good girl. Good. Good. Rosie's distraction. Good is me throwing food for the other dog. Good. Good. Like that. We'll look back. Expecting a nice reward. Good. Four rewards for the other dog. Good. Good job, Rosie. Good. Free. Good job. Rosie. Okay, a little bit of practice just going into a kennel on command, which she's obviously been doing in and out all week. Thing about Rosie is she was always convinced that someone would be bringing along a treat and then they would either scoop her up or leash her up. So she was very funny about she would try and grab the treat and run away. And that is very frustrating, obviously, if you're trying to get your dog in from outside. Or crate it up when you're inside. So we have to put, that obedience on this where, okay, when we say come, kennel, place, whatever it is, that it has to be done. So we use a leash throughout this early phase. We do use rewards, but we have to use a leash because she would just simply grab the food and try to run away initially if we had let her. So this will all be transferred onto a prong and then onto an e-collar. And then we will take this out and just continue to generalize it with increasing distractions, increasing duration, and we'll eventually fade out these rewards and do some random rewards for her to keep things motivating, but she won't need food for everything she does. Rosie, come. Yes, good girl. Good job. Rosie, come. Yes. Rosie, come. Yay, good girl, good girl, good girl. Not going to give you anything because you don't want to eat it. Free. Yeah. Rosie, come. Yay, good girl. No, come. Good. Free. Go get your toy.